All right, it is Tuesday, October 17th. It's 12:30, and I'm here to do my daily wrap-up video. Today was a 2-0 green day. I was up $576 combined on my three Apex PA accounts, as you can see here, and as well as up $2,688 on my evaluation accounts, for which I'm trading 7 of them currently. So a total of 10 accounts being traded on the copier all at one time today on both of my trades. And so I always like to think about it, well, what if these were all PA accounts and I was trading them all at the same time? It would be a $3,200 plus day. So that's what I'm trying to work towards. But for anyone new, this is my YouTube channel where I am really simply documenting my journey with my new strategy and documenting my results with my secret indicator. I'm not revealing the indicator as of yet. I don't know if I ever will, perhaps down the road. Right now, this is just for my purpose of documenting my journey from the beginning, 1 week into using the strategy with setups that I've developed myself, and seeing where it can take me. And I'm having some good success with it so far. This is the beginning of my 5th week here on YouTube. I've had all green weeks so far, and we're getting close to a payout on this account right here, this P account, about $350 away. And I did pass I passed the evaluation last week that gave me a new PA here, and we're working towards passing some more. So all is going well. I'm really pleased. It's funny, when I started this, I didn't know where I would be 5 weeks in, and for all I knew, I would be blowing up accounts, or not being profitable, or just kind of mixed, and it's going well. So let's take a look at my day real quick, and we'll look at the trades I took. We'll look at a trade I didn't take, and then we'll wrap it up and and then you can see my live recording in my other playlist if you haven't watched that yet. All right, so let's take a look here. All right, so today I started my day right about 6:55 or so, I believe. So we had quite a big move down already. It had already reached 2 measured legs down and some when I started this morning. And then, I kind of measured, what 2 legs up would be, and kind of had something like this, I believe, which came to there. And then once it kept going up, I then measured the second leg, and we ultimately reached that. And at about just before 8 o'clock, now I'm remembering my day. Just before 8 o'clock here, I had known that I was going to have to stop for about an hour and a half at around 8 o'clock. And of course, that's when I got my setup today. And so I entered this trade. It was about 7:55. This was a new setup for me that I haven't traded yet on my YouTube series. I haven't actually even taken this trade yet on any of my Apex accounts. This was the first time I've ever taken it on my Apex accounts on YouTube. The only time I've ever taken this trade previously was on playback doing back testing, and I had just seen that it just continues to win over and over and over again. And I had been considering it a white trade for quite some time, meaning it was a subjective trade for me. But this past weekend, I saw quite a few of them in my testing, and they just keep working. So I took this one today for the first time. And of course, it was right before I had to leave for the day, or not leave for the day, but leave for an hour and a half to do some stuff for my family. And got a pullback. And so my stop was here. And when it pulled back here, usually these in my testing have worked really fast. It's like usually in 1 or 2 candles, boom, it hits my ATIC scalp and I'm done. So when this pulled back and then had another pullback, It was making me a bit nervous. And then I think the pressure of knowing that I was going to be late because I was stuck in this trade was another added pressure on me that was making me a little bit feel some anxiety, feel some heat here. So I had my stop here. I actually moved it up to reduce the risk. And thinking, well, if I'm going to get a loss, I'd rather get a loss here, and I got to go. And then when this red bar started to form, I said, you know what, if this thing's going to take me out, like the trade, the stop is supposed to be here. And if it's going to take me out, it's going to take me out fast anyways. So I'm not going to take the reduced risk. And I moved it back just in time. And I'm glad I did, because it found some support, and then it rocketed up and gave me my scalp. I was a little late getting to where I needed to get to because of this, because I didn't get out of this trade until a little after 8:05. So if you check out my live recording of the trades today, you'll definitely see that I was a little nervous. I think the pressure of having to leave and the pressure of it being a new setup that I hadn't taken before, either on YouTube or on my Apex accounts, I certainly didn't want to take it for the first time and it be a loss and be late on top of that. So that was a little nerve-wracking, but we got through it. We got the win. And I mean, I haven't seen these lose. I don't know if I've ever seen it lose. So I was really shocked when it pulled back here. But it was another win ultimately. So I think this was a lesson to me. Sometimes you just have to leave your stop where it belongs and accept the loss. You took it for a reason. If it does pull all the way back, and I'm glad I moved it back to where it belonged, so I didn't get stopped out here, because that would have been really disappointing to take a loss on the first time I ever take it, and only to end up seeing that it would have worked if I kept my stop loss where it belonged. So then we had a big leg up here, and it reached the measured move of the prior leg up all the way up here. And so when I saw that, I started thinking, okay, well, I was really expecting it to, on this trade, the other thing I was thinking was I was expecting it to close the gap and reach the previous day's low. Was another good reason to take this trade before that I talked about just now. I am calling that, by the way, the OJ. I'm not going to say what the letters mean for now, but that is what I'm calling that setup for now. So that's going to be my third official objective gold setup that I take on this YouTube series from now on. And then once we reached the big measured move of the two legs up, we had surpassed the previous day's closing price. We had surpassed the previous day's high. As you can see there, that red line was the previous day's high. So once we reached this measured move and we had a big pullback, I was thinking, because it bounced here and bounced here a little bit and bounced here, I was thinking if it gives a bounce, then, I'll continue to look for longs. But around here, I was seeing that there was a potential PB setup coming. And so I was thinking if it didn't bounce here, that this PB was going to be good. And I think around here, I was already saying, if I get a close down here, I'll probably have a PB and I'll take it. And so sure enough, we got this bear bar to close where I wanted it. And then we got the 2 tick below this bar. And so I enter 1 tick below when it goes 2 ticks, and that's my trigger. And we got a fast 8 tick scalp on that one. And then continue to have a big move down. And then over here, I'll just quickly point out, if you don't watch my live video, there was a subjective PB long here. And, kind of another thing to mention is we did have, actually, if I go back real quick, the other thing to mention when I took this PB was that I did, in my mind, see that there was one leg down. And so visually I can see that there was, a second leg down expected. I didn't draw this at the time, but I kind of had it in my head that there was room to make my scalp with the measured move. And as you can see, it went right to the measured move basically, and then bounced back for a 2-leg correction before it continued down. So then that's when I measured for a larger move down, which it more than did. And so now that we had gone way below the measured move, wasn't seeing any measured moves, but there was a PB long setup here. It was kind of like everything was in place except for one part of my rule. And so because all of my rules weren't completely satisfied, I considered this a white subjective version of the PB. And because it was a subjective white version of the PB setup for me, I chose not to enter it, even though it triggered. It was good for a 4-tick scalp. It went a total of 5 ticks after this pullback. My stop would have been down here, this white line. And so as you can see, it would have gone stopped out here for a maximum loss if I was in this trade and I was going for 6 or 8 ticks. So I think that's just a good example to me of why I'm skipping these. For as many times as they work, they also fail, and maybe it's better than 50-50, but even if it's 70-30 or 75-25, whatever it is, it loses enough that it's not worth me taking at this point, especially when I'm having the success I'm having taking my gold objective trades. So I think that just about covers everything I really wanted to talk about today. Again, for anyone that's new joining me, the big thing with this series, I'm not trying to teach anyone the strategy. I'm not trying to tell anyone how to trade. That's not what this is about for me. For me, this is about, I started this, 5 weeks ago, and I only traded 1 week with this strategy on these Apex accounts before I started recording them for YouTube. And so really, this is all about just documenting this journey from the inception, from the very beginning of me trading the strategy, and seeing where it takes me. I have no idea where this is going to go. Right now, things feel very good, but I don't know if this is going to change. I don't know if, the market, the way the market works is going to, in a couple of months or a couple of weeks, going to kind of change what it's doing. And all of a sudden my strategy won't be good anymore. I really have no idea. So every day as this goes on is me building confidence and just, honestly, every time I take these trades, today, especially a brand new setup that I've been developing for the past few weeks and testing, and I took it today, I was nervous. It's the first time I was taking this exact setup, and I didn't know if it was going to win or not. And it definitely gave me a scare before it went on to work and give me my scalp. And, quite frankly, the PB up here that I took today, these have been really great trades for me. I haven't lost with it yet, as far as I can remember on YouTube in the 5 weeks. And I've rarely seen it lose in testing. So, I'm probably the most confident at this point with this setup. And I get nervous when I take it because it's still also new. And then with my LO setup, which I didn't take any today, I didn't see any setup today for that. That's the one that I probably have taken the most times. And now it's the setup that I'm the most nervous with, honestly, because it's the one setup that I've lost with in this entire stretch. I believe it's the only setup I've lost with was the LO setup. I've lost 4 times in the course of my 4.5 weeks. This is my 5th week on YouTube. So, it's funny. I take these trades according to the rules and the conditions that I've written down for myself as being qualifiable setups to take with this indicator. And every time it works, I'm kind of surprised. I still can't believe it. For the most part, these setups are just designed by me. Nobody showed me this. There's no video on YouTube that I went to learn to trade with this indicator. It is a free indicator, and there are YouTube videos about the indicator, but I haven't seen anybody show the setups that I'm taking using the indicator. with the exact rules that I have and scalping the way that I scalp. And so, as far as I know, this is completely new. And especially, I haven't seen anyone using this indicator at all on futures on YouTube anywhere. And I've done lots of searches for it, and I haven't found it. So it's all very exciting for me. We're headed in a good direction. I'm feeling confident. I feel confident at the end of the day. I feel, every time I'm about to take a trade, I think I hold my breath and go, okay, let's see if it works again. And it's working. It's, to my surprise, it keeps working. I have had 4 losses, but I've had way more wins, and I'm definitely in the 90% area. I think at the end of this week, I'll do a tally of all my trades, and maybe I'll just keep it on screen moving forward at some point. Just the total combined record of the trades, and maybe I'll break them up by setup or something. We'll see what I do. I'll think about it. But anyway, we're 16 minutes in, and I think I covered it for the day. Let's see. Getting closer to passing this evaluation here, and any others getting close, not really close. I mean, this one getting close-ish, but we're taking trades with 2 contracts at a time, so that's going to take some time still, at least another 6 trades, I guess, if there's no losses. And like I mentioned before, we are getting close to qualifying for a payout on this one. And this one isn't too far behind as well. So, my hope was to maybe be able to qualify for a payout this week, because it's, I believe the payout is from the 15th through the 20th. So we've got a couple more days to qualify. And so that's my hope. For anyone also that hasn't been watching previous videos, I'll tell you, I've done 21 evaluations total, as you can see here. 21 total evaluations. I have 5 total PAs. You can see this is my very first PA I've ever had, number 1. And I now have the 5 PAs, and I'm in Apex for about roughly $1,200 total. So I have not had any payouts yet. And so my entire goal right now in the short term is to recover my expenses to have gotten Apex started. And as well as I'm going to have some more fees coming up. Hopefully when I pass some more of these evaluations. I am doing the lifetime fee, and I'm taking my time with all these accounts, which is why I don't feel the pressure to trade with some of these PAs. I'm keeping a 50K PA and a 25K PA just as backups in case anything goes wrong with the 3 that I am trading. Then it's not the end of the world. I don't have everything, my whole Apex life on the line with every trade. And it just makes me feel better to know that, if something doesn't go according to plan, that I can continue working towards a payout without starting over from scratch on evaluations or something like that. So that's kind of the near-term goal. Like I said, is just to get a payout, get some of my money back. I'm really hoping I can get a payout on this account, and then shortly thereafter get a payout on this account as well. And then that way, between both of those payouts, withdrawals, I should be able to recover my complete amount of money that I put into Apex so far, and without having to blow up the account by taking maximum withdrawals. And then I can be trading Apex for free from that point forward, or nearly for free once I have these additional fees, hopefully for PA accounts. Then maybe I'll need one more payout to pay for those after that point. But the goal is to get to a point where I'm trading Apex accounts for free, all of my money refunded back to me with my withdrawals. And then once I've done that, I'm going to really try to trade a little bit more aggressively in terms of the number of PA accounts I trade at one time. My near-term goal, once I have more PA accounts, is to be able to trade like 5 at a time. So maybe trade 5 and then rotate to a secondary 5 and then still have a couple backups that I'm not trading at all behind that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Wow, this video is getting long, 20 minutes. That's the wrap up for the day. I'll be back at it tomorrow on Wednesday. And thanks for watching. I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.